out being for a good cause.
Boehner candidate number 3 after this year. Big Boy News and Opinioendo brought to you by
Haster Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons & Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Haster has it, located at 6831 South State and online at hastergames.com.
News.
Well, here's a creepy story.
Okay.
Bags of decapitated birds
Oh, yeah, I read this.
have been found in New Jersey. The Asbury Park Press reports Little Egg Harbor police found bags of mutilated birds twice in just a few days. Police say they responded to calls on Saturday and Monday to find trash bags full of dead roosters, hens, guinea hens, and pigeons in the wooded area. Police say all of the birds had been decapitated. They continue to investigate. No, Gina, it does not say in the story. What question would you lodge, which your mind, I know, what would you ask if you had really been paying attention here?
Where are the heads?
Yeah. Were they in the bag, or
Separate
were they
bag?
were they somewhere
Somewhere else?
It does not say.
All you need to know, New Jersey, is you've got a future serial killer on your hands.
Ask Jeffrey Dahmer how he started it.
Asbury Park is where Bruce Springsteen lives. They may want to question him. Just
I'm
you know.
I'm sure that's.
Oh wait, no wait.
No.
He's been in New York.
No, I
He's
don't-
doing his Broadway show.
I don't know anything about it, but I wrote a song about it.
By the way, his Bruce Springsteen's Broadway show extended.
Not surprising.
Apparently, and people say, you kind of wonder how it could be good. With it's just
Is
him.
it not just a concert?
No, it's just him on stage. Now, he recently wrote an autobiography, which he had help with, but I mean, you could tell that it's kind of
It's
in
his voice.
A lot of it's in his voice very much, because I've heard him interviewed recently and telling stories from the book, and he's really pretty engaging when he talks about the stories of his life and how he.
I'd go see that. I'd be
And
interested.
so what it is him sitting on stage with some guitars, and he tells some stories, and then he'll do a song and talk about maybe how he arrived at writing that particular song, what was going on in his life.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I would too. And it's like 2 hours of him just telling stories and
I'm not
singing
surprised.
songs.
2
Yeah, it's
hours
doing
is a
well.
short show for me.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Yeah.
His concerts are legendarily long.
I'd love to see it, but it is absolutely, totally sold out all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, this is a story I've had in my file here for a little bit, and well, as he stood before the courtroom podium Monday morning, and this was last week, I think, his hands and legs shackled together, 20-year-old Muhammad Ali Muhammad admitted that he did very horrible things 6 years ago. At the age of 14, and this is in Salt Lake, at the age of 14, the Somali refugee sexually assaulted 2 women at knife point on consecutive nights in Salt Lake City. He attacked one woman who was standing outside of her home, and on the following night broke into another woman's home, assaulted her before demanding that she go to an ATM and withdraw $400 for him. He was 14. I was a monster, Muhammad said Monday in 3rd District Court. I didn't know what I was thinking. I was a stupid kid. Now, after 6 years in a secure juvenile detention facility, Muhammad said he's learned a lot, ready to show that he's a different person than the boy who assaulted the 2 women in 2011. Quote, "There's nothing I could say or do that could restore what I did to them," he said. "The only way I can show them I've changed is how I live my life." Judge Vernice Treese gave him the opportunity to do just that. She could have sentenced Mr. Muhammad to 5 years, or she sentenced him to 5 years of probation. She could have sent him to the state prison.
Yeah.
But the sentencing comes a month before his 21st birthday, the time when he would age out of the juvenile system. And the judge said, "I'm going to put you on supervised probation. You don't have to go to the state prison." Judge Treese told the defendant that he would not go to prison, but she said, "If you even slightly violate your probation or do anything wrong, you're in prison." So the women
Yeah, well, I'm curious what they had to say
They're
about
not
it.
happy.
Yeah.
I imagine.
I don't want him on the streets, both of them said. And then and prosecutors were upset. They wanted him to go to prison. So I don't know. I guess it's those things. The judge has that discretion, and she seems to think that he's probably turned over a new leaf. But I thought, and maybe he has, and that's her decision. But I thought, what if he does commit a crime? How does the judge feel?
This will
then?
come back, yeah.
How does
and
the judge
that's happened
feel?
before.
I know. It's just I don't know. If I were a judge, I would almost think, I think maybe he's turned over a new leaf, but I don't want to take the chance of.
But then, are you being fair to that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It brought up all of those questions. I think interesting questions. Those we had this story in the news 3 years ago. 3 men went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that story?
Yeah.
And
they found their truck and their dog.
Yeah, and they still
So
haven't
funny,
found
I know
the
exactly
guys.
what he's talking about.
Yeah, they still haven't found those guys. Danny Gallegos, Braden Emerson, and Levi Collins. They were last seen October 31st, 2014. They left in a Chevy Tahoe. They were going to go ride some ATVs. Salt Lake City jeweler Justin Scott Christopher has admitted to pretending to be the buyer of and owner of a car that actually was purchased by Gallegos with drug trafficking proceeds. Now, Mr. Christopher was the owner of the now closed JC Custom Jewelry on 2nd South. His lawyer. Now, Christopher's been being sentenced for money laundering, so he's in court. Yeah, separate thing. His defense attorney, Lonnie DeLand, gave U.S. District Judge D. Benson his client's account of how the 3 men were killed. So they're dead, and the defense attorney said that Justin Christopher wanted to stop laundering money, but Gallegos, one of the missing men, was insisting that they continue. They were arguing when Justin Christopher's dad, Richard, walked up and shot him in the head.
Wow.
And then it goes on to tell how this guy killed the other 2 men as well, and they disposed of their bodies. I mean, it's just dramatic that it comes out in court like that. And I think probably what DeLand is doing for his client is trying to get his client a lighter sentence for money laundering and say, I'm giving you this information, so let's go easy on my client. And he had nothing really to do. He was there, but he had nothing to do with the killings. So you want something to cheer you up?
Please?
Yeah.
We have a minute here.
Yeah.
There's a list.
People love lists.
I know. 19 wholesome facts about the world that'll make you happy.
Wholesome All right, I am listening.
Are you ready?
I am all in on this.
By whose definition of wholesome, though?
Well, let's just see.
All right.
After the Fukushima nuclear meltdown disaster, one man stayed behind, and he cared for all of the animals and displaced wildlife. His name is Naoto Matsumura, and he's the only person left out of an original population of 16,000. His home still doesn't have any electricity, and he is still there caring for abandoned pets. By the way, he was told that the radiation will kill him, but he's staying there. That's a selfless thing he's doing for animals. How about this? Number 2, Marvel Comics invented a brand new superhero to encourage a little boy to wear his hearing aid. Did you hear about this?
No.
Now, I think they did. It's
not a real thing.
It's just for this kid.
Yeah.
Anthony Smith is the blue ear. Thanks to my listening device, I hear someone in trouble, says the hero, the blue ear. They drew a picture of this hero, the blue ear. It's a superhero who wears a hearing aid.
And the exciting thing about this hero is I'm sending it to China to make a ton of money off of it. They'll make anything that I present to them in China.
How about this? There are fences in Germany, little tiny fences to protect migrating frogs and keep them safe on the road. So to keep them so that they won't go up onto the highway and get smashed. That's nice.
That's nice.
Isn't it?
For the frogs.
The last time the country of Liechtenstein went to war, they sent 80 soldiers. 81 came back because they made a friend while they were there. I love that.
That's my favorite so far.
That was their last. They had a military engagement against Italy in 1868, and they sent 80 soldiers.
Look who we met.
Hey,
Luigi.
It's our buddy. Billy Joel.
Yes.
This is nice. Never sells front row seats to his concerts.
Never?
Nope. He gives them away for free to fans who can't afford them. Nice.
How does he know?
I'm sure there's some process. Billy Joel has people.
The front row people?
I think he's coming to town, but I think he plays once a month. I think it is
Madison Square Garden.
At Madison Square Garden, and sells it out every time.
Yeah, he's the
He's
artist.
Billy Huggin' Joel.
He's the artist in residence.
Yeah, and I mean Madison Square Garden is a pretty big place. Let's see what another. Want another one?
Sure, one more.
Let me find one that's. No, there are. Oh no, I don't want that one. I don't like those guys.
Come on, I need one more feel good.
Okay.
One more.
In 1984, a man asked his waitress to help him choose lottery numbers. He won the lottery and tipped her for helping him choose. He gave her $3 million.
That's nice.
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
right?
Bridget Fonda.
Yeah, I think this is the exact true incident that it was based on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gave her $3 million.
Okay, that's better.
Well, Bill Gates has given away $28 billion since 2007. Just giving it away.
Wow. Weather, traffic, sports, whatever you want to do here.
Sports, the Jazz won last night. There's some good news. They beat up on Denver. I enjoyed that very much. Eli Manning fans are not enjoying things very much.
No.
He's been benched. Somebody check on Amy Donaldson, see if she's okay.
Tomorrow on the show, we will have a very special sports announcement.
That's right.
A special sports feature, I should say.
A feature, yes.
That's the better way
We
to
can't
put it.
say what it is?
No,
Oh.
I don't believe we can.
Secret sports?
No, let's just keep it a very special sports feature tomorrow.
Okay. Weather today, look, it's sunny and nice, and it'll be upper 40s today for a high. That's brought to you by the Ruin and Sugar House, a modern bar open daily from noon to 2 a.m. featuring new food items, DJs, and live music located on Wilmington Avenue. Ruin, work is the curse of the drinking class. A little bit of traffic. Crash northbound Redwood Road at I-215 North Overpass in Davis County. Let me see what else UDOT has for us. Crash northbound Redwood Road. That's the same one. I don't know why they put it up twice. Crash northbound I-15 92nd South and Sandy off to the left shoulder. And looks like that's about it. So, and I'm looking at I-15 here at Riverton Chevrolet. Seems to be moving pretty smoothly both directions, so you should have no problem coming here and bringing your road home donations.
All right, here's Boehner candidate number 3. Well, it started out being for a good cause. Anderson School District number 5 students, this is in South Carolina, are being disciplined after a controversial photo surfaced following a Friday night football game. District spokesman Kyle Newton said that they were made aware of the image on Saturday morning, which features West Side High School students spelling out the word rape with letters printed on their chests. A photo circulating on social media that was sent to a local TV station showed 4 male subjects with the letters painted in pink on their chests and the text, "What we do to Daniel," below. Newton said the Daniel versus West Side game, so that's another school, Daniel, was a Cancer Awareness Night, and that students were initially part of a group that spelled out "Bump Cancer." So the students each had these letters on their chest, and they stood there and it spelled out "Bump Cancer." I don't know why bump, but there it was, "Bump Cancer." It's kind of ironic that they went there, painted for a good cause, and because they didn't think through everything, this happened, said Anderson District 5 Superintendent Tom Wilson. Just saying they didn't think through everything.
That's
too
not-
light.
That doesn't excuse it.
No.
It's because they were little miscreants,
Yep.
little turds. They figured out, look, if we stand together here, it says rape.
I wonder what words we can spell. I mean, anytime you have that sort of a situation, it becomes, I wonder what words we can spell.
Yeah. So anyway, it started out as a nice thing, but it was for a good cause and ended up being kind of ugly. Boehner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boehner candidate number 1, please transport your holiday trees responsibly. This idiot driving down the road with a Christmas tree on the top of his car that's so large, all you could see pretty much were the wheels of the car. Boehner candidate number 2, white boys should be sacrificed to the wolves. A nurse tweeting that, a more lengthy tweet from, she worked at a hospital in Indiana. She tweeted that out. The nurse has been fired. And Boehner candidate number 3, well, it started out being for a good cause. There you go.
All right, let's get to voting. This is round 2 of your Boehner voting. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates, which one deserves to go forward to Boehner Dome for Boehner Fight and possibly become Boehner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3, you decide. Put that number of the candidate you think should win in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Let's see, you can also vote on the phone, 877-602-9696. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Round 2, November 29 on it. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right? 3 ways to vote. You've got to do it right now. X96.
The name Radio from Hell came from working in Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, 8:46. We got things that must go next, but first, time to award round 2 of your boner.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you in part by. This delicious Mill Creek coffee that I'm drinking right here in this nice. It's getting me through the morning, Mill Creek coffee.
And X96 is proud to welcome AWOL Nation to the complex Wednesday, March 7th. Tickets are on sale at theComplexSLC.com. Listen throughout the day for a keyword and text it to 33986 for a chance to win a pair of tickets to see AWOL Nation this March. More information at x96.com.
So, boner candidate number 1, please transport your holiday trees responsibly. Police, it's stopping a car with a massive Christmas tree on it, so big all you could see are the wheels. Boner candidate number 2, white boys should be sacrificed to the wolves. Hospital firing a nurse who tweeted that along with some other pretty nasty things about young white boys. And boner candidate number 3, well, it's about being for a good cause. Students disciplined after rape photo surfaces. Let's see. The winner was boner candidate number 2. White boys should be sacrificed to the wolves.
Wow, okay. That one will go to Boner Dome and face the winner of round 1 in Boner Fights. That will happen at 9:20.
Things that must go brought to you by selling your home. Have you done everything possible to gain every dollar from that sale? Text the word money to 62687 and learn about the new Dwello Gift of Equity program.
Things that must go. Let's go.
Things that must go on the radio.
These are things that you just can't stand.
Hey, Gary?
Dear friends of the program, things that are upsetting you so much,
wow,
you
that's very
really,
good.
really, really need to get it off your
Yes,
chest.
did you call me,
You
Carl?
send your things that must go.
Yeah, Gina's mic dropped a little bit at the end
Radio
there.
from Hell at
Gina's mic
x96.com.
popped out.
Put must go on
We're
the
having
subject
connection
line.
problems, are
And
we?
if you do that, perhaps these things will disappear
Get
from your
Jarvis,
life,
let's see if we
or
can
at the
look
very
and see.
least, you may feel better
that's a great
by getting
deal.
it off your chest. I'll begin today. I have one or two of my own. How about? I really
sure.
can't stand this now.
Is that all you want? Is
The
we've got
slowly
prizes, too.
disappearing
Oh, let's do
X
that, yeah.
on websites.
Yeah, let's do that.
When an ad comes up
Oh, I got a marker.
and there's an X so that you can X out of it.
Oh, the shrinking.
Yeah, but it's kind of slowly,
trying to trick
appears
you
and then
into-
it wants you to stay there on that ad as
Sure.
long, and they're doing everything they can think of.
Making it harder and harder.
Yeah, and also now websites that I go to, and I go to a lot of websites during the morning, a little thing falls down from the top that says, "Will you allow us to send you notifications?" No, no, I won't. And all right, that's enough. of my own.
asking, guy. Dropping out.
Oh, man, and it's like every other website does that now. This one is from, I'm not sure I can do the name. So,
Carlin?
it says,
Do you
"Good
think it's
morning.
just Gina's mic
My
or
thing that must
the
go
whole
is
setup?"
Google Ads and the Facebook equivalent. I work at a
I'm
call
bringing you
center,
up
and
in
I'm
the
tired of
bathroom
being
because
called by
we're-
senior citizens
Must go
that think
playback.
I've jacked their computer just because
Well, I've heard it on
product
Bill too, but mostly on
their
Gina.
ad
Mostly on
after
Gina, but on
searching
Bill as well.
and purchasing
Yeah.
your product online.
Yeah,
The same
okay,
goes
then
for
we'll,
political
I'll take a look
propaganda,
at it
also
here.
autocorrect, because this message makes me look completely illiterate. Home delivery of the Salt Lake Tribune to my elderly parents must go.
What?
My folks, who are 80 and quite decrepit and both walk with canes, have been the most faithful subscribers of the paper for over 51 years. But no matter how many times I call the newspaper delivery service, the paper is never on the porch, and if there is a puddle anywhere on their property, the paper will be in the puddle. Couldn't they just put a little star next to the VIP subscribers and maybe spend an extra 5 seconds to get the paper on the porch? It would be
I'll
way
drop my
better
iPad off.
for their dying business.
You know, as a former paper boy, see what's happening now is you get guys who have like 500 customers.
Yeah.
And when it was just paper boys, I had maybe 40 customers.
Right.
And I knew them all individually.
Yeah.
And so I knew that
it's
elderly
a
couple
pretty
needed me to put it right
significant
on their
raise.
porch.
That's right.
It's just, the service. It's just,
And then this one, dear Lord,
they can hear us.
On the air?
Yeah, they can hear us. Carlin, I don't know whether that's in and plastic cups are, saying, I don't know because I don't drink coffee, so I couldn't clearly know the difference between paper.
30.
Are there secret relief societies, secret shoppers sitting in coffee shops throughout the valley, waiting to throw blessings on those who fail the coffee breathalyzer, or can walk a straight line with exuberance, or know the difference between hot and cold beverage cups? Thanks for letting me listen.
Stand by.
All right, there we go. Things that must go.
Things that must go on the radio.
Let's see, 857 KXRK Provo, and we're going to take a break. We got Corey's Concert Community Calendar coming up. Stand by for that.
Christmas is coming, and Diamonds Direct would like you to know about Christmas jewelry. I mean, any kind of jewelry is good for Christmas, I guess.
It doesn't have to be diamonds. And, you know, they don't just have diamonds at Diamonds Direct.
No, they have jewelry, cutting-edge stuff, fashion-forward jewelry, as they call it, stuff that's unique, one of a kind, as well as classics like diamond studs and diamond bracelets.
And, you know, Christmas is a great time to get engaged if you're thinking about doing that.
If you're going to thinking about buying any jewelry for Christmas, you will be blown away by what they have at Diamonds Direct. Now, the entire Christmas shopping season, they're offering 3 years, 0 interest. That's 3 years, no interest on their financing. How about like a $2,000 diamond eternity band, and that's just $56 a month. No interest paid on that. Or a $3,000 diamond pendant, just $84 a month. There's no better time to visit Diamonds Direct than the holidays. They're on 6400 South, right across from Fashion Place Mall. Diamonds Direct.
X96. Hi there, it's Kerry Jackson. Geek Show is me and all my best friends sitting in my basement studio, drinking, laughing, and talking about the stuff we love. Sci-fi, movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, games, and more. Get a new Not Safe for Work episode every Monday morning.
do not necessarily
30.
reflect the opinions of Broadway media, its management, owners, or advertisers.
This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
This is Radio from Hell on X96, KXRK-FM, and HD1, Provo, Ogden, Salt Lake City, 96.3 FM, and streaming on X96.com.
Stand by.
And our free app, Utah's original alternative for more than 2 decades. 96.3 FM, X96.
No pee breaks, people. No pee breaks.
What?
No, no.
Well, we have a giveaway, and we have Corey's community and concert calendar. We got too much going on. The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas 2017 is Monday, December 4th at the Complex, featuring Dashboard Confessional and special guest. I don't know how, but they found me. Tickets are on sale at thecomplexslc.com, smithtix.com, and all Gray Whale locations. The X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas 2017 powered Coca-Cola, Gray Whale Entertainment, Jed's Barbershop, and Bud Light, famous among friends. Now, we have a qualifying prize. It's tickets to the Nightmare. And what are you qualifying for? You're qualifying for round-trip airfare, hotel, $1,000 spending cash, and tickets to see LCD Sound System in New York this December.
That'd be fun.
So I'm going to give you a keyword, and you'll text it to 33986. The keyword is cold. C-O-L-D, cold. Text that to 33986.
All right.
Now, we've got Corey's community and concert calendar here, but I just want to mention quickly. Hi, Corey. Before we get into the calendar, you know, Matt Lauer was fired today. Before the show, the Today Show went on, they called him at home right before he went to bed last night and said, Matt, you're fired for sexual misconduct, and it's just this detail has come out now. Matt Lauer apparently sexually assaulted a female staffer, NBC staffer, during the Sochi Winter Olympics in 2014. An insider said Lauer's alleged victim complained to HR on Monday. She waited obviously a long time, but that happens. And they said this happened so quickly, she didn't go to the media. She made a complaint to NBC's Human Resources. Her evidence was so compelling that Matt was fired on Tuesday night. The victim says she has evidence that this has happened to other women.
Oh.
But so far, we don't have any evidence of that, an NBC insider said. And, of course, our president, Donald Trump, most presidents would not comment on this at all.
Most presidents have more important things to do.
They wouldn't say anything publicly about Matt Lauer being fired, but tweeted this morning, wow, Matt Lauer has just been fired from NBC for inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace. But when will the top executives at NBC and Comcast be fired for putting out so much fake news? Check out...
Everything's about me all the time.
Check out Andy Lack's past, he added. Andy Lack is the chairman of NBC. All right, so there you go.
That's our
I'm so glad he's coming here on Monday.
I am
so
too,
happy.
Corey. It's going to be exciting.
Is this sponsored, Corey?
It is. On a lighter note, it's brought to you by Silverstein and Tonight Alive, January 27th at the Depot. Tickets are on sale now at SmithTix.
Silverstein.
And, right.
Oh, okay.
Silverstein.
All right.
So, getting in tonight, right into the holiday spirit this week, the Festival of the Trees will be kicking off at the Southtown Expo Center. One really good reason to go today is BB-8 from Star Wars will be there from 1 to 4 today, taking photos.
Yeah, he was wandering around, I think it was Primary Children's Hospital yesterday.
Rolling around primary?
Yeah.
It's rolling on around.
You know,
also tonight,
everybody thinks that he does a thumbs up thing, you know, with his
right.
clicker. He's not doing thumbs up.
No
what is it, a gang sign?
Oh, it's
it's the middle finger.
Middle finger. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, Corey, go ahead.
Saucy robot.
Yes.
Tonight you also have lights on at the Gallivan Center. They'll be lighting up 350,000 lights. Their 60-foot tree. Of course, there'll be Santa, ice skating, carolers, and our very own John Smith will be down there playing music for you.
Nice.
Okay.
So go see John. Billy Joe is tonight at the Viv, so brush up on your piano, man. Tomorrow, Jeff Dunham will be at the Eccles, and on Friday as well with all of his puppets.
Now
Friday,
the Eccles,
another...
The Eccles in downtown Salt Lake, right? not.
The Eccles in downtown Salt Lake. Yep, not Park City. Friday we have Quito's Brewery grand opening weekend. They'll have their tasting room open and their shop, so you can buy their high gravity beers and taste all the delicious beer. We're getting a lot of breweries downtown.
Yes. I was going to say, where is that? Where is that located? Do you have the address?
I don't have the exact address. I didn't put that in there.
It's spell it the name of the brewery, will you?
It's Kiitos.
Quito's, okay. And I've seen their beer. They've got beer in the stores. I noticed in the grocery
stores. They've actually been. I mean, like Urban Lounge. A lot of places downtown are all serving it now too. So they've done a good job at getting it up there, and it's delicious. So go try some for sure. Yeah. Also kicking off Disney's Newsies will be at Pioneer Theater Company through the 20th of December. Just think Christian Bale. Saturday. Christian Bale, not Christian Bale. Saturday, Park City Santa Pub Crawl going on. I don't know if Santa needs a break or he's just celebrating tax reform, because I know he's a 1%er. So he can be excited.
Now they don't really crawl when they do these things, do they? I've never been on
Not at the beginning. No. Not at the beginning. I think you work your way down the hill, down Main Street. Also, if you're up doing that, go to the Spur. Pixie and the Party Grass Boys are performing there that evening. And they're fantastic. So check them out. Rolling Stone Tribute Night at Urban Lounge. They'll have a bunch of local bands paying homage to the Rolling Stones. Sunday night, this is the one Sunday. Go see her. She's fantastic. Alex Lahaye will be at Kilby Court. I have some music on the blog at x96.com. Go listen, but she's fantastic. You're going to hear about her a lot next year.
Will you spell her last name, Corey?
Lahey.
Just like it sounds.
Okay, thank you.
I would say that Leahy.
Yeah.
Leahy. I was flipping a coin. It came up heads, so I went with the Lahaye. Monday, you have the X96 Toyota Nightmare Before Xmas, as Gina was talking about. Dashboard Confessional back. They'll have a new album out in February, joined by I Don't Know How, But They Found Me. No doubt you've heard on X96 a few times. And Tuesday, Gracie's throwing their 8th annual Repeal of Prohibition party at Gracie's. So that's going on. Now, bootlegging still exists, so don't confuse the two.
Yeah,
you still get busted for that.
December 5th was the repeal of Prohibition, and Utah was the final state to add their vote, and that cinched it. Prohibition was gone.
That was it. We were the final. We were the key. Well, I would say we were the keystone, but final domino.
My sister's birthday, too.
We've gone backwards ever since, but that was a good...
Exactly.
That was, it was a good year.
All right. Well, thank you
very much. And that's what's up.
Thank you, Corey.
You can find all of that stuff on our website at x96.com, and you can hear Corey O'Brien on the air every night, weekday night, 7 to whenever.
When he feels like leaving.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Corey.
Thank you, Corey.
Thanks.
All right. We got some news coming up after these, and more importantly, Boehner fight is on the way. Stand by for all of that to happen for you. I got to tell you about Alpine Plastic Surgery, though.
It's Dr. Randall Barnett, board-certified plastic surgeon at Alpine Plastic Surgery. They are attached to the Ogden Regional Medical Center, which should make you feel a little bit better about it.
Gives you a little confidence.
Yeah, and maybe this time of year people have time off. You know, between Christmas, New Year's,
get some work done.
It's a good time to get some work done.
You could, maybe you need a tummy tuck, or maybe you need some, a facelift or whatever you want to do. Talk to Dr. Barnett about it. If you've been looking in the mirror and you think, geez, I look kind of tired all the time, he can spiff you up really nicely.
Little refresher.
Yeah.
And you can go get a free consultation with him. That's the way to do it. Get all your questions answered.
Call and make an appointment at Alpine Plastic Surgery. It's 801-689-3500. That's 689-3500. Or go to alpineplasticsurgery.com.
X96.
This holiday season, X96 and Mark Miller Subaru want to share the love with those who need it. Let us know Utah.
Stand by.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but, I mean, come on. You know, we take what we can get. X96.
Dick. All right. 9:18 right now. We got Boehner fight coming up in just a moment. You'll find out who Boehner of the day is if you stay with us. But first, let's do a little bit of news.
A little bit of news brought to you by, do you want to meet Dashboard Confessional?
Yes.
You can. Enter to win at x96.com, or you can join John Smith. He'll be at Jed's Barbershop on Friday. Now, this is the Jed's Barbershop located at 167 East 9th South in Salt Lake. He'll be there at 4 p.m., and he'll be giving away enter to win meet and greet with Dashboard Confessional, and that meet and greet's going to happen at our Lounge X, which we're having with Dashboard on Monday at noon at 50 West. It's free. You must be 21 or older to attend.
Nice. News.
Well, Donald Trump is coming to Utah on Monday, and he will reportedly shrink the Bears Ears National Monument, the one recently created by Barack Obama, and he will apparently mess around with the Grand Staircase Escalante as well.
We're going to shrink it.
I was looking for a word, and with
Another word came
Yeah.
to mind.
We're going to shrink it. We're going to make it so small. So small.
He'll explain why he's changing the boundaries of the two monuments.
He doesn't know.
The
Somebody's
sources
telling
said
him to.
on condition of anonymity, they were not authorized to speak about the trip. The president is not expected to visit either monument or stay in Utah overnight.
Oh, God, no.
The Native Americans, the tribes that all came together, which is unprecedented, by the way, this coalition of tribes, because they, and I've asked like Mark Mariboy and other Navajo members about this. I've said, this is a big deal that you guys all came together because, am I right, you kind of don't like each other a lot of times.
But we agree on this.
And he said, yes, that I have to admit that's true. We have our differences, the Native American tribes in the Four Corners area. But he said, yeah, we all agree on this, that this land should be preserved, and they came to. But Senator Orrin Hatch tells lies that they're being tools of environmentalists. And he tells that lie, and that lie is repeated by Governor Herbert, and it's repeated over and over again. The majority of the Native Americans don't want this, and these are just these activists are just tools of radical environmentalists.
And
it's absolutely not true.
And environmentalists are scary.
That's insulting to the Native American people, like they can't think and speak for themselves. That the only explanation here is that the radical environmentalists
They're tricking them.
You know, I wish I could find it. I forgot where I wrote it down now. But there was a quote from, I think it was Mark Mariboy, about the heads. They call chapter houses, how they divide up the Native American areas. And he said that the head of every chapter house throughout the Four Corners area came to an agreement, and that the people who elect them as head of the chapter house came to an agreement that this should be set aside the way it is. But then the white politicians tell lies. No. Because there are some Native Americans who don't want it. There are some. And those are the ones that Orrin Hatch listens to. Here it is. The Bears Ears, every chapter house president and 98% of Utah chapter house residents support Bears Ears. They are not puppets of radical environmentalists. That's one of those. It is insulting. You're right, Gina. Let's see. Here's a good story. This is for you, Gina. A Chicago woman died after she was found with her head stuck in a fence post, an iron fence, according to reports. The victim, identified as Linda Bingham of Logan Square, Illinois, was discovered face down with her head jammed in between fence posts on Friday. She was rushed to the hospital but died 3 days later. It is not clear how her head became stuck between the fence posts.
Put it in there.
Or somebody did it. or maybe there was a tasty morsel of food or a dollar bill on the on the other side, and she was going for it. I don't know.
Tasty morsel of food.
Well, listen, that's
Twinkie.
I told you I had to be rushed to the hospital and have my stomach pumped when I was a kid because there was a tasty morsel of food in a garbage can that I ate. It was somebody who had thrown away some sardines.
So you understand the impulse.
Yes, I do. And if that had been on the other side of a fence, now I was only 4 or 5 at the time, but I might have gotten my head stuck in a fence because I was going for those tasty sardines on the other side of the fence. The Grammy Awards nominations were named.
There's nobody we know.
I don't.
We don't care, really.
Not really. I don't. I never watched the Grammys. The only time I've ever watched them, I found it to be the most boring. You think the Oscars are self-congratulatory. Oh, my God. The Grammys are just awful. And Meghan Markle, she's marrying
Prince Harry.
Unless they call it off for some reason.
They won't.
But she's.
Why would they? Why would you even say that?
Well, it's Gina. It's just an engagement. That means that's a period of time where you can leave if you want to.
Yeah, she could meet another guy.
Once,
he asked. She said yes. It's happening.
Once you get that ring on and you go through the official ceremony at where are they doing it? At Downington Abbey? No, at
Windsor Castle.
Windsor Castle or the what's the big
Westminster? But they're not doing it there.
They're not doing it. Oh, you already know
yes,
this. Okay.
Of course.
Well, yeah. So
in May.
But okay, May. In May. So, I hope they do it on my birthday, May 19th.
Did they say when in May? They may want to move it because that's when Avengers is premiering.
Oh,
so they don't want to compete with that.
But I think so. She's got till May to say, listen, I've thought about this and all of the trappings of the royal family. Not for me. I'd rather I'd rather not. So she could back out. But anyway, I bring it up. She's an actress. Has a starring role on Suits. But at one time, this soon-to-be member of the British royal family was a briefcase model on Howie Mandel's game show.
Well, you got to start somewhere.
What's it called? Deal or No Deal? Yeah.
She was the best number 37 of them all.
Here she is, case number 11.
11.
In the clip below. Markle spoke about appearing on the show in a 2013 interview with Esquire magazine. Said, I got the job out of necessity. I would put that in the category of things I was doing while I was auditioning, trying to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I went from working in the U.S. Gina Barberi, spokesperson for Meghan Markle.
She had to start somewhere.
Well, of course she did. I'm not poo-pooing this.
Leap to princess.
I'm not poo-pooing this. I just think it's interesting that a royal member of the royal family is marrying a suitcase model.
Now, will she be a princess? Will she
No,
be called
she won't-
princess?
she
She'll
won't
be a
get-
duchess of something, won't
Duchess
she?
of something?
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Duchess of
Fine briefcase.
of Spotted Dick, or the Duchess of Abington on Downtown.
Why can't I think of a luggage brand?
Samsonite.
She's the
Duchess
Duchess
of
of Samsonite.
Samsonite.
All right. Weather?
Weather brought to you by Dr. Volt's Comic Connection. They have everything you're looking for this holiday season. Whether it's a comic, anime, cards, games, or even action figures, Dr. Volt's located 2043 East, 33rd South in Salt Lake City. Nice, sunny, upper 40s.
Boner fight.
Yeah. Oh, and Matt Lauer's been fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said, it's okay. Now I can go for the hair plugs. So, boner fight. This is going to determine the boner of the day. Which one of these two candidates was the very worst? We had one from round one, which was, these are both really bad. She threw a baby at me. There's a mother who was arrested for hurling her newborn son, at the father of the son during a fight. And that goes up against number two. White boys should be sacrificed to the wolves. This is a nurse at a hospital in Indiana who tweeted, she tweeted, every white woman raises a detriment to society when they raise a son. They're all killers and rapists, and all of them should be sacrificed to the wolves.
All right.
That's boner candidate number two.
You've got to decide which one of these two candidates is the worst and boner of the day, 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put it in the message of a text. Text that to 33986. That's one way to vote. Another way, call 877-602-9696. You can vote online as well. Just look for the box at x96.com that says Boehner Fights November 29 and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. Let's go. We'll have your Boehner of the day right after these. X96.
Follow Kerry Jackson on Twitter at RFHCarry. Radio from Hell.
Day.
And Boner of the Day is brought to you
Totally.
completely, absolutely, completely, it's just been avalanched by a pot roast sandwich, some chips, and some Brussels sprouts.
And we could say it's also brought to you by Riverton Chevrolet. How about that?
Okay,
Sure,
then
we
it
throw
was.
that.
Then it wasn't
I
brought to you
just-
totally
The
by.
more I thought about it, the more I thought, why not throw that in
Sure,
there?
and the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers, where we are doing our road to the road home. There, thank you to all of them. You can take goods, things for the road home to any of them. So we had Boner candidate number 1. She threw a baby at me. That's a woman who threw a newborn, an infant, 3 months old, threw the baby at the baby's father during an argument. The baby was injured, although not critically, not life-threatening injuries, so that's good. Then Boner candidate number 2, white boys should be sacrificed to the wolves. A nurse at a hospital in Indiana, she's now been fired, tweeting.
There.
You just have to push
Tough
through.
it out.
Where were you going with it? What? How
Well,
long?
I was thinking I'd grow it as long as it was before.
Oh, back to the.
But I was looking at some pictures of when it was really long, and I thought, that didn't look too good either.
I
I've
liked
told
it.
you, I would defer to the person that you sleep with.
Well, she said, I can, do what you like.
But she must have a preference, one way or the other.
Well, she always told me she didn't want me to cut my hair.
Well, there you
and
go.
then when I cut it, after a while, she said, I kind of like it this way.
But she'd like it long, too.
I
I think you should let it go and just do it. Just see what happens when it
There's-
grows
Yeah,
long.
I mean, there's a period of a month or so, a couple of well, more than that.
It's probably like 6 months, and that's what you need to be
Where you
realistic
get that-
about, Bill.
Yeah, you're gonna get to that level where it's the Prince Valiant look,
Yeah.
And
Well, I always said I looked like Margaret Mead when I had glasses, but nobody knows who Margaret Mead is anymore.
No, you just let it go. It's an experiment.
Well, but it just looks ratty.
But here's the deal: if you're not committed to it, then you should cut it now. Because the worst thing that you could do is go 3 months looking terrible, and us making jokes behind your back, but not telling you that we're making jokes behind your back, and then
Oh, you wouldn't do it behind my back. Are you kidding me? Gina
or in
wouldn't.
front of you. Yeah, no,
Gary
Gina would
wouldn't.
do it to your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're gonna cut it, if you don't think that you're gonna be in for the long haul, just cut that off.
No, let it go. Do it.
All right. Well, everybody who's listening, weigh in. Yes or no? I don't know if we do a poll.
You
Yeah,
should
we can do
take a
that.
picture.
You wanna do a poll?
We'll
picture.
take a picture. We'll post it later today on all of our social media, and people can weigh in. But Bill,
Yes.
I am a short hair, bearded Bill Allred fan.
Okay.
when we do
Right.
the poll, put a picture of him with his long hair,
The way it looked.
and the question should
And
be: Should
see-
Bill grow it back to where
Yeah.
it was?
Find a good one though. Some of them I look terrible.
Do the billboard one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
The magazine one or whatever.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
I don't
No, it's just that you're going to have that awkward
Yeah.
phase for
Should I do it, Carrie? Do you think?
I think if you know going forward, I'm going to go through an awkward phase before it gets to the good point.
That's where it is.
You just want, if you can accept that, then I would say yes.
Do
All right. All right. I guess I'll stick with it.
I vote you do it.
All right. All right.
Bill with long hair is super sexy, says Deborah.
Okay then. Well, that settles it. Whoever Deborah.
It's Deborah Jensen.
Oh, Deborah Jensen.
Yes.
And she's a doctor.
She's
That's
a
right.
doctor.
She is.
She knows.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Why are you holding that like we have to do something here?
Because we do have to
we
do
do
something.
have to do something.
We'll be back in a moment with more. Our final break from Riverton Chevy today at 111 South Jordan Gateway, collecting your items for the road home. And we're going to do it again next Wednesday, and we'll tell you all about that all coming up. Stand by. First, though, we got to tell you about the Central 9th District.
Central 9th is what they're calling that area. That's Harvey Milk Boulevard, which is 9th South, and Jefferson Street, which is just west of West Temple. Right? And
That's how I get down there, is from the station. You go down West Temple, and you just turn right on 9th, and it's right there.
If you want to shop local this holiday season, that's the place to do it.
It's booming right now. Central 9th, great spot for holiday celebrations, for dining, drinking, and shopping. It's Lizzie's Kitchen, Mediterranean Small Plates and Wine Bar, the Blue Copper Coffee Shop. That's hard to say. The Water Witchcraft Cocktails, Troubadour Salon, Jade Market, which is You know, I have not been in Jade Market. I got to go. Very unique, I guess.
You can get Lee George Cade's vegan jerky there.
There you go. So, and those restaurants that are there are great, and a great bar. So go to the Central 9th Market, Harvey Milk Boulevard and Jefferson Street, Central 9th.
X96. X96 invites you to help people experiencing homelessness this holiday season. Tonight,
see you playing with your dolls again. Good!
On X96.
All right, 9:45. Time to award Boner of the Day. Oh, we did that.
No, we already
did
that.
That's
no,
right.
we're
Okay, I'm backwards.
We're just finishing up here at Rocky Mountain Chevrolet.
That's what happens when you don't cross things off of a list.
Yeah,
We're at Riverton Chevrolet, but all Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers are partnered with Road to the Road Home. We'll be doing our regular Road Home broadcast the 20th and 21st, and we're making it easier for you to donate to the Road Home by partnering with Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
It's my hope that people listening to this morning went, oh, crap, it's that time of year already, and now you're going to start going through it.
Because it doesn't seem like it.
Well, it's not even December yet, for one thing.
Well, and there has not been very many people here today. The people that have come by, there are some great deals at different department stores and big box stores for things like...
for basics.
Yeah, just your basics, like toothbrushes,
yeah,
deodorants, that kind of stuff.
Trevor came by. He brought a bunch of toothbrushes that he got at Walmart. He said they were $6 for $1.
And he bought a bunch of packages, you
Yeah.
know. So and that's terrific because toothbrushes are one of the items that are needed. And a little bit of history here, because for years we've been doing the broadcast from the homeless shelter, and it's a 2-day event. And it was inconvenient for people a lot of the time to donate, and that's when we started doing the Road to the Road Home. And Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers really stepped up to help with that.
It's been 5 years with them now, I think.
Because there is a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer close to you, and they're open all the time except for Sunday, and you can stop by on your own schedule and donate stuff, and they will get it to us.
They put it in a big truck.
Yeah.
And then at I think it's on December 20th, they do a convoy. They start down in Spanish Fork, and they start collecting all the stuff and how many how many trucks they need, and they convoy them all up to the road home.
It's very cool. So drop off your stuff at a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. I mean, yes, next week we're going to be in Ogden.
Yeah, we'll be at John Watson Chevy on Wall Avenue in Ogden, and then the week after that we'll be at Larry H. Miller. I think it's in Provo. This says Murray,
Provo.
but it's
Provo.
And no, it'd be great to see you at those locations, but that time and those locations may not be convenient for you. But there's a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer near you, and so you can take in things like pillows, blankets, towels, hats and gloves,
sleeping bags
they need, tents, one-man tents, grocery bags, plastic storage bins they need.
Oh, I didn't think.
You don't think about this stuff. If you go to theroadhome.org, they have a list of things that they're always needing.
If you go to x96.com and you click on the Road to the Road Home, not only is there a link to tell you where all the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers are, there's a link to the Road Home. If you just want to make a cash donation there, you can do that.
Feminine hygiene products are expensive and needed. Shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, lotion, razors and shaving cream, toothpaste, toothbrushes, nicks or other lice treatment, because kids,
Well, not just kids. Adults get lice.
Toilet paper, underwear, all sizes, baby wipes, pull-ups.
Did you mention the diapers?
Diapers.
Bigger size diapers.
Yeah, right now they're looking for sizes 3, 4, 5, and 6. A woman brought in a car seat. A kid car seat. That's a perfect item.
There was a kid in it, and I don't know what we're going to do with the kid.
Yeah, don't bring kids.
But yeah, there's the stuff that you need in your home. This is the kind of stuff that they're looking for.
I was just going to add, though, too, we are, mark it on your calendar at the Road Home on the 20th and 21st, and there are some people who are listening who are like, guys, I don't have any money. I mean, it's tight for me, and also they don't have any things. They have all the things that they need. You can come down, and on those days, other days as well, but especially those days, if all you have is time to be able to donate, come down while we're down there. The show...
They'll put you to work.
Yeah, for sure.
The show will be there, and it'll be into John's show and into Todd's show on both the 20th and the 21st. It's a little earlier this year, so you got to make sure and plan on it. But it's Wednesday the 20th and Thursday the 21st of December. We'll be there, and you can donate time. And if that's all you can do, that's great.
Look, I know it may get tiresome to you hearing about this, but
we wish we didn't have to do this anymore. We wish the problem weren't there, but it is.
It's important, and we want to try and help how we can. We've been doing it now for a long time, every year, and it's one of my favorite things to do throughout the year when we're on the air, is do stuff for the road home. I really think it's important, and I like doing it. And if you're getting tired of hearing about it, I don't care. just bring some stuff and then say, well, I did my part, and I don't have to listen to that part of it.
I want you to bring it down and, as you're dropping it off, say, "Here, Bill, now shut up."
Yeah, shut up about it.
God,
As a matter of fact, I would like you to do that. Everybody who is listening, who comes and brings some stuff to us, I want you to walk up to me, Bill, and say, "I brought some stuff, Bill. Now shut up about it, will you?" And I'll keep a record of how many people do that. I'll make a log. I'd like to know. So,
I haven't told you guys this, but Mohammed, my fourth grader, his class, they're learning how to knit.
Huh.
And they're knitting.
The boys and the girls.
Yep,
That's
they're
good.
knitting hats for the road home.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he's obsessed with it.
Well, of course he
had
is.
me take him to Michael's, and he had the specific knitting needles he wanted.
Oh, you should have gone
and
to
picked out yarn.
You should have gone to Blazing Needles.
Yeah. I mean, like, he has his own bag that he carries back and forth to school with all of his knitting supplies. Last night he's watching the Jazz game sitting on the couch.
Does he mumble?
knitting.
Does he mumble, knit one, purl two,
You know
knit one, purl two?
It's the cutest damn thing. And he makes these hats, but then kids in his class want these little puff balls that they put on the top. And he takes orders. He has a little piece of paper with all the kids' names on them and the colors of the puffs that they want him to make. And he sits on the couch and watches sports.
Now, is he
knits.
good at it?
Yeah.
I always thought it would be interesting to learn how to knit, but I thought, and he uses two.
Yep.
Jeez.
And I'm surprised he has the patience for it, because he's
not. Yeah, he's
my bounce off the wall kid.
Well, it's a good thing to calm him down.
He does it in bed at night before he goes to sleep. He hung a little hook on the wall next to his bed where he puts his bag before he goes to sleep. It's the cutest damn
That's
thing.
pretty sweet.
What's he making?
Well, he's making hats right now.
Oh, okay.
Could he make me a full body suit?
You want a whole
full body suit out of put him on that.
Knit me a suit jacket, kid.
Well, he's taking orders.
No,
so
I just want a full one piece.
Just a one
that I have to get into, starting with the legs, and that'd be really terrible.
So
Wouldn't it?
cute. But it just reminded me that we have a lot of teachers that every year make a classroom project to bring stuff to the road home, and it's always it's nice to see the same teachers every year bring their class in. And
so do it.
All right.
Do it.
Let's.
We have to do a promo, don't we?
Do the promo and get out of here. You want to just carry?
Yeah, Gina starts, and then I'll go second. Oh no, you go second. Okay, Carrie. So Gina starts and ends.
Okay.
Got it.
But I start. All right.
Okay.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show,
join us early at 6:45 for Geek News on the Radio.
Then at 7 we'll do Beat Gina, and as I recall, it's I Love Lucy trivia.
I love Lucy.
Big prizes. Sean Means will be here at 7:45 to review movies, including the Sundance and Slam Dance stuff.
And then at 8:30, the women's soccer coach for the new soccer team will be with us, and our boss, Deloy Hansen, will be introducing you to her.
That's all on Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Emily wants to know, he says, I can only crochet. I still haven't figured out knitting. All right. Isn't it essentially the same thing but on a different
knitting
scale?
is harder.
Knitting is harder? Okay. I don't know these things. All right. I think we're done here.
Just any old person. I'm sorry. Emily, was it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Any old person can crochet.
Oh.
I don't know how to crochet, Emily.
Dale says, when Tamas costumes The Wizard of Oz, they needed an entire full bodysuit for the Cowardly Lion and then had to add cooling packs because it was so hot. They knitted a Cowardly Lion costume?
That sounds miserable.
Yes, it does.
Oh. That would be...
And smelly.
Ooh.
It's almost like you're there, isn't it, Gina? You can
I'm
just
picturing
really,
it
you
right
can just really
now.
put yourself there, can't you?
Itchy.
We'll be back in the studio tomorrow, of course, but once again, any Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer will take donations for the road home. I want to thank Riverton Chevy for having us today, and if you weren't able to make it, while we're here, their location is 111 South Jordan Gateway. Go on down. If you want to donate cash, that's easy to do as well. Theroadhome.org, or just go to x96.com and click on our Road Home banner, you can get it that way as well. Anything else before we?
No, I don't have. I'm tapped out, man.
So you got to actually tap
it's
out.
It's like the wrestling. It's what is it? 1, 2, 3. I'm out.
Brett says thanks for the show in Paris.
Earlier we were talking about those
Yes.
bags of birds with decapitated heads,
Mhm.
and the all-knowing suit tweeted, "And where are those decapitated heads? In Paris."
If you don't know what we're talking about, you should listen to the Radio from Hell podcast.
You missed
Carrie,
all the fun.
Carrie tells a whole story about his trip to California.
We talked
you'll
about
you'll be in on the joke then.
and we talked about birds with no heads, bags of them. You missed a lot of stuff if you weren't listening earlier, dummy.
Some people can't. It's not that they're dummies.
No, they're dummies.
They'll make time.
Yeah,
if they're smarties.
That's right. Listen to the whole show.
Yes.
Don't be a dummy.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
In Paris.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. John Smith is next. And good job, Carlin. Thank you. X96.
Gotta go. Love the show.